fan favorites as Mo, Chief Wiggum, Apu, Linny, Comic Book Guy, and like I said, 145 others. You also know him from the Birdcage. He Grosse Point Blank, Mystery Man. And his real claim to fame, the All-Star video from Smash Mouth. And I mean that totally sincerely as a compliment. That is quite the claim to fame. Fanexpo Dallas, please give a round of applause and a warm welcome to Mr. Hank Azaria.
One of the more unique intros I've had. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
There we go. Off to a good start. Yeah, so,
What's that? What? Agador, yes, we'll get to him. Just take it easy, just relax, take a beer in tablet, understand languages.
It's already gone off the rails. This panel's just gonna be people shouting characters at you and you doing the voices.
It's very similar to my home life.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get started there. All right, well, we're gonna stop that right now.
Don't call out random cookies, though. I can't help you there. Oreos. Sorry, go ahead.
You, as mentioned, you have done, since season 1, 35 years, over 150 characters, including a lot of the kind of fan favorite, most popular characters, all the way to the background characters, the weird, wonderful background characters. What's maybe the weirdest or most obscure kind of deep cut character that you really love doing?
Well, in your intro, I forgot that I did Jesus Christ and Hitler.
Yeah.
That should go on my resume. You can't get more rangy than that. Yeah, I think the tall guy. There's a character called the Tall Guy.
Tall guy, yeah.
And he talks like this. That might be. They bring him back every once in a while just because I think they can't believe they wrote it.
Yeah.
And it's so weird.
The tall guy had one fan here tonight. One guy clapped for a tall guy.
Thanks for remembering the tall guy.
And it was a short guy. That's weird. I went through all. Don't ever claim I don't do my research. I went through all 150 of your characters on Simpsonspedia. Here's a few of my favorite deep cuts. Disco Shrew, Disco Stew's animal alter ego from Treehouse of Horror.
No recollection of that.
In case you didn't know, Disco Stew's full name, anybody? Stuart Discotheque. That is his God-given name.
No recollection of that.
Senor Spielbergio, which is probably the character I reference the most in my life.
Senor Spielbergio?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Senor Spielbergio. It was in the film festival episode. He was Steven Spielberg's kind of Hispanic alter ego.
See, because I've been doing this so long that I've forgotten a lot of things anyway, but we don't memorize these because we don't have to. I'm just reading them. So they really fly out of my head. I mean, we've done over 800 episodes. So I have genuinely no recollection.
Well, that's what we're here for. You also did Mr. Sparkle, which I had no idea. I was thrilled.
Yeah, I do remember.
Sparkle. And then
there's a weird story of why I remember that character.
Tell us.
Because a girl I dated in New York a long time ago, her dog was named Mr. Sparkle. And she used to get, she enjoyed a beverage to the point where often she was too passed out to bring the dog out. So I would have to be walking Mr. Sparkle through the streets of Queens because she was incapable of it. And that's the only reason I remember playing Mr. Sparkle because of that dog.
Speaking of dogs, you also at one point, you were one of 3 people alongside Dan who provided the voice for Santa's Little Helper at one point, or I should say the sound effects, the noises.
Don't remember that either.
Okay, all right. And then I think my favorite, Ralph's Science Project Robot, CHUM, C-H-U-M, which stands for Childlike Humanoid Urban Muchacha. Do you remember that one?
No. It probably sounded like this, though.
Nailed it, yeah. You've also done the voice voices for, obviously it's a real claim to fame for a celebrity to come on The Simpsons and do their own voice, but not every celebrity that's appeared on The Simpsons has been the real celebrity's voice. You have provided the voices for a lot of celebrities. Have you ever had a weird interaction with the celebrity that you did their voice on The Simpsons?
Yeah.
You can tell us, yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Well, yeah, this is a good one. So I get really, I love seeing movie stars. That's not lost on me. I still get excited. But I really freak out seeing athletes and rock stars. And so we had a lot of rock stars on the show. We had Mick and Keith from the Stones. And, excuse me, I just had lunch and I'm a little burpy, sorry. They're very nerdy at The Simpsons, which probably isn't a shock. The writers are very writerly, and they often will send me to be sort of a liaison when talent comes, because they're sort of too shy and embarrassed. So we're recording with Mick Jagger on a Saturday, and I'm waiting, for his car to come, and he comes, and he gets out of the car, and I say, hey, Mick, we're really excited to have you here. I'm Hank Azaria. I'm with the show. And he blows right past me, and he goes, yeah, great, we'll get it. And I realize this is now really awkward because I have to now go upstairs and record with him. I was recording Mo with him. And so it's going to be weird because I think he just thought I was like the production assistant reading him. So I didn't know what to do, so in a panic I just imitated him. I went, oh no, Mick, I don't think we'll get it. I'm just happy you're here. And he looked at me like, are you out of your mind? And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be recording with you. Let me just show you where to go. So that's one little weird interaction. So it's weird that's actually like when I panic, I tend to imitate. That's what I go to. Michael Jackson, he did record with us as well, very in the early days of the show. And here was a crazy thing. It's the only table read, before we record, we read them around a table at first, thus the name table read, so that the writers can hear it and they rewrite based on how that went. And it's the only, for some reason, it's the only table read we ever did away from Fox. We went to Michael Jackson's manager's house, Sandy Gallen's house, this beautiful mansion up in the Hollywood Hills. And Michael was there. And remember he sings that little song to Lisa, if you're a fan of the show, Lisa, it's your birthday, happy birthday, Lisa. He wrote that song, but he didn't sing it. There was this young white kid who was a sound-alike of Michael singing, and he sang the song. And none of us could get up the nerve to ask, why aren't you having some white kid who sounds exactly like you singing it? He also, again, they kind of put me, like I was recording right next to Michael, and he said to me, he leaned over before we started recording and said, so how do we do this? How does it work? What's gonna happen? It's like, oh, it's easy, you just say your dialogue, and it'll probably be weird at first, but we do a bunch of takes. And most movie stars and rock stars, when they come, they're very nervous at first because they think they don't know they think they have to do something special for recording animation. Then within 2 takes, they realize it's the easiest job in the world. It's no problem. But yeah, so there's a couple of little stories.
It's funny too because the mythology of that is that the urban legend is that Michael Jackson owned the rights to the actual birthday song, and that's why restaurants can't sing the actual classic Happy Birthday song. They have to sing their own version of the Happy Birthday song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it could be true.
Yeah, it could be true. We'll just say it's true. And this is kind of a crossover question. You were amazing in Heat, one of my all-time favorite films.
Oh, thanks.
You had some intense scenes. You got full Pacino'd, as we'll say.
I had some scenes with
Yeah. So I heard that you based your voice, the voice of Mo, on Pacino. Is that true?
Well, yes, but I was a big fan of young old Al. Sounds like this. Hooah!
Yeah.
Great eyes! That's all. Young Al Pacino, Godfather, Bote Espanola,
was higher pitched. You know, I'm dying here. Everybody's coming down on me here. That was how. So I was doing a play in Los Angeles. I'm 23. Using the Al Pacino voice. I'm playing a drug dealer. And I auditioned for Law, the bartender on The Simpsons. And I did this voice. And they said, can you make it gravelly? Now I also do a Bruce Springsteen impression, which I've done since I was a teenager. Both of these are heroes of mine. So if you take Al Pacino on one end and Bruce Springsteen on the other, right in the middle there is Mo the bartender. That's true story.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you gotta mix the voices up in a laboratory.
And you also have taken a lot of inspiration from just people in your life. Have you had any kind of...
Hey, you'll be a voice on the show next week.
I literally will retire if that's true. Have you had any friends or family say, "Hey, I was watching The Simpsons and that voice sounded particularly familiar"?
No, but Comic Book Guy is based on the kid I lived next door to freshman year at Tufts University. Snake is a dude also from college who he would take drugs and would knock on my dorm room door and tell me how the drug experience was going. He would say, "Hey, Clef, how you doing?" He'd go, "Yo, I just tried some acid, and it's like I'm seeing colors, like I'm totally seeing colors." I'm like, "Okay, are you all right?" "Yeah, I'm fine. Like, "Okay, see ya." And then like half an hour later, he'd knock again. He'd go, "Yeah, Clef, yeah, like when I wave my hand in front of my face, there's like an after image now." So that became Snake on The Simpsons. I don't know if you remember Mad About You. Did you guys ever? I played a dog walker on the That was based on one of the doormen in my building growing up, who actually saw it and said, "I saw you on Mad About You. That's a crazy character. Where'd you get the idea from that?" I did not have the nerve to tell him that it was him. So yeah, but usually people don't know it's them.
It struck me